What you look too light? Why even play with your life? Bank account looking like yikes.
With me, boy. Your hands and your fingers. Your ears with get back, watch you turn to a singer. Get the fighting like this Jerry Springer. All of my zip the back that like a popo. No do these they popo. Had a G-Wagon truck turned to Rojo. Find a cable 2 wheels and they going wild down in Soho. One was black and the other was Mexican. Had a like a pollo. Younger than you with a Maybach. Younger than you with a Bentley. Finna got in the gently. Ain't being friends with these. When I was down, I so had sympathy. But that's how I go when you broke. Now I'm like mistletoe. This do my own. Not gonna lost on these new clones. Then she asked for a loan. Had to laugh, then I told her get gone. Gon' get that me on. Ain't no give me not a thing. So I spend 90K on my ring. You can see all my pain in my watch. Got my ex down and walking around with my hand on my. Cause I'm popping and I know you not. And I know you see just how I'm living. You're not happy with life, so you rockin' Reeboks on treetops, getting walk, got a big Benz like Sasquatch. Every time you see it, with a no, it's talking that.
All right, Coach, from one of the loudest venues in the NFL, there's a look at Arrowhead Stadium here in Kansas City. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Baltimore Ravens and the Kansas City Chiefs. Here's the kicker, Harrison Butker, ready to get this one started. And into a sea of red, we're underway in Kansas City.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Here's a give to Barkley. And not much room to operate as he'll get this up only to about the 41. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. McKinney. And incomplete on the deep ball. The tight end Kelsey was the intent.
You can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands. Guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Back to throw. McKinney, he dumps it off to Barkley. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. Give him 3 on the play, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. The Ravens send their punter out now. He'll kick it away after a 3-and-out on the opening drive of the game. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback.
Detroit! 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 Detroit!
Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? jumpy on the right side of the line.
Sometimes when you're on the end, a little bit farther away from the ball, any type of movement will get you to jump, and that's exactly what happened there.
So this helps to start a drive. After the penalty, it'll be 1st and 5. Now they'll run it on the toss. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and 10. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. So they jumped on the left side of that line.
And you know when you're at the end spot, you are like in the starting blocks, waiting for the pistol to fire and go, and he jumped a little bit too early.
So the penalty certainly helps them out as they come up on 2nd and 5. Now Chavez from the gun, he'll throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to...
And it's intercepted. Picked off near the 32. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line.
Well, I get what he was trying, moving to his right and trying to shift the coverage, but instead he shifted the coverage also to the right and threw it right into it for an interception.
Here we go now. 3-19.
A first down carry for Barkley. And a short gain here down to the 22. He'll be brought down at the 43. Joey Bosa in on the stop.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on first down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
To throw on 2nd down. McKinney. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down. The turnover put him in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
On 3rd down, McKinney. And this is complete. It's Allen. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Operating from the gun, McKinney. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
And now here comes Kansas City. That opening drive ended with the INT. It didn't lead to points, but still not the way they were hoping to begin the game.
But how about going and telling your defense, thank you, a huge thank you. You said it didn't lead to points, stalled off that drive. Now they've got a chance to redeem themselves and maybe reward their defense a little bit by putting some points on the board on this one.
A boost here to start the drive. After the penalty, it's 1st and 5.
All right, here we go. 3-19. 3-19. Gun.
From deep in their own territory, they look to throw. That is caught by the former Gator Antonio Callaway. And he takes this just about a yard shy of the 20. They were looking for a little spark and some breathing room. They got it right there, a gain of 14 and a first down. So a much rosier picture now after that last play. Here's 1st and 10 at the 19-yard line. Now they'll run it on the toss. That one good for 12 yards and a Kansas City first.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Right back to him on first down. A gain of 3, second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Off the play fake, Chavez. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete. He was trying to get it to Tyreek Hill that time. And it's 3rd down.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. Here's Chavez. Off play action. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 44.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
They're throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Throwing again. McKinney. Wide open. It's Allen, complete. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 16 yards on that one and a Raven first.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
Now Saquon Barkley. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Hurry up, here we go. Boom, landed.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. McKinney. That's caught by the former Sooner, Mark Andrews. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And he gets the first down here as he's taken down at the 24. 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue.
We all love to have a home run hitter in the backfield, guy who can take it the distance. But in short yardage, trying to pick up first downs, that big guy, oh, he's a nice luxury to have, isn't he?
Second quarter now. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis with you. It's the Ravens who have the football, and they're on the move here. They've got it 1st and 10. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They keep it with Barkley on 1st down, and he'll get a couple here down to the 22.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
To throw on 2nd down. McKinney looking left side. Andrews with it complete. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. The Raven passing game getting in sync. Another 1st down.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size, can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a 1st down.
Looking to throw. McKinney, the quick slant caught. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. A gain of 7 that time. 2nd and goal. So 2nd and goal, and standing by himself in the backfield, Barkley. And Barkley will try to punch it in. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Here's Barkley. And they'll get him down just shy of the goal line at about the 1. He needed 3. He got 2. Now that'll set up an interesting situation here on 4th and a yard. So on 4th down, here's the Ravens Pro Bowl kicker Justin Tucker out onto the field. From the left hash, he'll have to cut this at a tight angle. And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. And the Ravens strike first at 3-zip. So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. So I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone and get you 6?
And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. And now here comes Kansas City. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that color jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup, and it'll make it a 2nd down.
Detroit! Detroit! Gone! 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 Gone!
Now Chavez to throw. Off the play fake. He goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. Derek. Barnett. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. A little antsy on the left side of the line.
Yeah, I think they got the guy in the end. I think they got the DN there on that one. And let's face it, he is so amped up, wanting to get a good get-off on the snap, jump too quickly.
Even after the penalty, still a full 7 yards to go on 3rd down. Off play action. Chavez. Open man, Smith-Schuster. It's complete. Good move at the 30. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. And that one results in 35 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage. So
now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Now they'll run it on the toss. Oh, leaves him behind on the spin. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. A great play there. 27 yards. And the Chiefs are in for 6.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run. And one thing I've learned in our time in this game, yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit, but for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball too, right?
Oh, without a doubt. You need that difference maker lugging the rock.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Raven offense now, ready for another possession. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point?
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him in contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that is. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked by Kendall Ford, and he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. He was trying to get that one to Allen that time. You don't see this often. A quarterback of his caliber, 2 first-half interceptions.
It's absolutely surprising because it happens so rarely. You're searching for what reason, what's going on out there. It's not just maybe the defense is playing well. Is his horoscope off? His biorhythms? What is it?
You went horoscope on us, David.
Well, I was thinking maybe REM sleep was off. I'm trying to come up with something.
Anything, right? So this helps to start a drive. After the penalty, it'll be 1st and 5. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? Well, they didn't really have to earn that first down, did they?
Well, they're not having to earn much, are they? Back-to-back penalties. First was 1st and 5, and now they give them a first down.
So the face mask, quite a blessing there as they'll start out of harm's way with a 1st and 10.
All right, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
Back to throw. Chavez. Blitz coming, and down he goes. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it, but it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Looking to throw. Chavez. Wide open receiver, complete. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Tyreek Hill, 37 yards. And the Chiefs add on to their lead. Point after, right down the middle. And that pushes the lead up to 11. Butker now to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. And last time, one play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a one-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in it, and let him fling another one.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. And a nice gain of 21 yards. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. We're back to Arrowhead after this. On first down, McKinney. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off near the 32. And he'll get this back across the midfield, striping down to the 47-yard line. That's sort of a second quarter to forget for him. Now 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a second one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be able to forget, compartmentalize, whatever you want to call it, and move on. He hasn't been able to do so here in the second.
Chavez on first and 10. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll make it second down.
Leopard!
Chavez now operating from the gun. He's going to loft one deep. This is caught by Hill for a Chiefs touchdown. Tyreek Hill, already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Chiefs are able to grow their lead. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead is up to 18 now. Butker now to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Ravens offense now, they get set to head back on the field. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Going up top, and his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Rasul Douglas picks him. And a super return as he gets us all the way down inside the 25-yard line. We haven't even escaped the first half, and he's already thrown 4 picks.
And Brandon, back in the good old days, probably back before you were born, if your starter threw 4 in the first half, he might throw 8 or more for the game because they weren't going to pull him out. But nowadays, the patience level isn't quite there. He's going to have to make some real adjustments, or the backup may see some time.
And nearly picked off there, almost intercepted. Instead, second down. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on second and 10. Now Chavez to throw again. That is caught at the 7. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. 18 yards there, and it'll be a first and goal.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball in the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Here's Chavez. From the gun, he'll throw. And almost intercepted. It would have been his second pick of the game. Instead, it'll be second down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Set! Green 39! Green 39! Let's go. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Now Chavez to throw. Looking to throw on second down. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. A great effort there. Already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Chiefs add on to their lead. Butker on for the PAT. Extra point splits the uprights, and a rout is on here in this first half. Butker now to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchdown. Touchback. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Andrews. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3.
All right, here we go. Green, 39.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. McKinney. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
All right, here we go. Green, 39. Green, 39. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
On 1st and 10, McKinney. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. But it looked like a Raven was able to get in there, and they will indeed keep the possession. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. Now they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21.
Now let's go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
A final shot before break. McKinney escaping the pressure, and he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. They'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he'll work his way across the 30 to the 32. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Now they'll run it on the toss. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Over the middle, hauled in by Smith-Schuster. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Chiefs 1st down. This quarterback now hitting on 2/3 of his passes, 10 for 15 so far. 1st and 10.
Gun, gun! Gun, gun!
From the gun, Chavez. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off near the 26. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line. But they needed a break. They needed to make a play here in the 3rd quarter. Defensively, they did that. Now they got to go quickly and get some points on the board.
And the best part is that they made their own break. Taking the ball away. Now they just look at their offense and saying, guys,
let's go.
Come on, capitalize on this one.
They'll try and get this run game going. This is Barkley. And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Detroit!
To throw on 2nd down. McKinney. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
From the gun on 3rd down. McKinney, he's going to launch this thing way downfield. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man-on-man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. So now here are the Chiefs as their offense makes their way back out onto the field. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because their confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Now they try the right side here. Able to fight through one tackle. He finds an opening past the 40. He's got daylight. 30. 10, 5, and all the way down to the 5. An outstanding pickup there for the Chiefs. 66 yards for him on the ground.
56. Lucky 56.
Chavez operating from the gun. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off down at the 2. And he'll be brought down at his own 10-yard line.
As much football as we watch, we've seen this work many times. In the red zone, first down, take a shot at the end zone, and points result. In this case, though, give credit to the defense. They outguessed them, were prepared, and intercepted the pass.
Throwing on first down. McKinney. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. Off the play fake. McKinney. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And he's unable to grab it. Thought he might have had position. Couldn't hold on. 3rd down. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary can really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication. Doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to them.
Back to throw. McKinney. Throw left side complete. It's Andrews. And he's dropped just shy of the 25 at the 24. They get 14 on that one. That's good for a Baltimore first down. This quarterback now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Looking to throw. McKinney. And nearly another interception. They've been around the ball all game.
Trying to decipher what's going on out there because I don't know if he's just getting bad reads. I don't know if the defense is confusing him. I don't know if he just has, bad info and intel before he snaps the ball. But he's made some pretty bad decisions with the football lately.
Yeah, several bad decisions on the interceptions he's thrown, and frankly, that should have been another pick right there. Back to the air on 2nd down. McKinney. And he's taken down. A Chiefs sack.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
Flushed out right. And this one is incomplete. They have not gotten him going at all. Tried to spark something there with a longer throw, unable to complete it.
But you have to keep trying. He's one of their best playmakers. No matter what it says on the scoreboard, you're always trying to get him the football.
And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. The Chiefs offense now making their way back onto the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finish off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. Line of scrimmage, the 28 now as they come up on 2nd and a couple.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Watch number 12. Watch number 12.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And not much, maybe a yard up to the 29. And 3rd quarter here, you've got the lead. This is where that strong run game can really benefit you. Stayed in bounds there, kept the clock going.
I like all the points you just made there. And if you throw the football and it's incomplete, now you've stopped the clock and you've helped out the guys on the other side of the ball. So keep it in the hands of those runners. Keep moving it. Keep grinding clock.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Hurry up, here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
Chavez now throwing on 1st down. And he'll be hit from behind and taken down.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. He just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
We're back now in KC. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20.
Detroit! Detroit! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Now Chavez. From the gun, he'll throw. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. Juju Smith-Schuster, the intended receiver that time. And it'll bring up 3rd down.
Well, the secondary's really struggled today, but that's a little bit of a measure of revenge, isn't it? And they just followed the basic rules. See ball, knock ball away. Turned into a nice play.
The Chiefs on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and forever.
Gun! 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 Gun!
If you can kill it, motion me out.
Operating from the gun, Chavez. Wide open receiver, complete. That goes as a gain of 36 on 3rd down. They have the nice cushion. They just want to pour it on right now, still throwing the football.
And I know my background says, why do you need to do this? Just go ahead and run out the clock and get a win. But as many people pointed out to me, it's a video game, man. Go ahead and put the numbers up. Sportsmanship, not an issue.
Exercise those fingers. Here's Chavez on 1st down. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And that one results in 35 yards.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
They'll look to throw again. And he whips that one incomplete there. He was looking for Tyreek Hill that time. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Down this close to the goal line, 1st down. Surprised that wasn't a run?
I am, and you know I'm old school. I want to run the ball on 1st down in this situation because 2nd down, that gives me that option of running play action and maybe throwing it.
Hey, check. 3 down.
Oh, how about this call down near the goal line? And he's going to take it into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Tyreek Hill with now 3 Week 1 touchdowns. And the Chiefs just continue to pour it on. Point after, right down the middle. And that will extend this big lead. Butker now to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Ravens offense now, they get set and head back onto the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of 1st downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. On 1st down, McKinney. Goes left side, complete to Keenan Allen. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. So they'll take the yardage and tack on 15 more for the face mask.
Talk about a play that absolutely costs you in the end. Just trying to do your job, right? Trying to get him on the ground. Next thing you know, they'll march off another 15 against your squad.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10.
Let's go. 3-19. 3-19. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
From the gun, McKinney. Allen's got it, complete. Finding room inside the 40. And he's finally down at the 21-yard line. A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
A lot of receivers see the drag route as a risk-reward type of a play. The risk, going into the middle of the field where there's some big people want to hit you. But the reward is oftentimes you get lost in coverage, running a little bit underneath. And when you catch it just right, as we just...
And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. Joey Bosa in there to bring him down for a loss of 7. Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17.
Now, let's go. 3-19. 3-19. Gun.
Operating from the gun, McKinney. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Minka Fitzpatrick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran the wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
Solid footwork, but not able to get a whole lot. Brought down shy of the 10. The UCLA product, Kenny Young, had the tackle.
Well, Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech. Give him 13 yards there at a Kansas City 1st down. So the previous play, a big help, as now they'll have it 1st and 10 up at the 20. They go play action here on 1st down. Forced out to his left. And he lost the football. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line.
When I see a play like that, I come back to risk-reward. I don't know about you, but is it worth it at that point, whatever you're going to pick up, to either take the hit, and in this case, lose the football?
Well, it should have gone down. I mean, hindsight's always 20/20, but that's the safe play.
You're exactly right. Hindsight's really never wrong, is it? Because you can analyze it, but I think ultimately you got to look at it as a first option, taking care of the ball, getting what you can, and that's it. Don't worry about it anymore.
Now, the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. On 2nd down, here's Barkley. They'll get it inside the red zone, but only for a couple down to the 19.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
The Ravens on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 8.
Gun!
From the gun, McKinney. Pushing his way through. And this is going to be intercepted. Rasul Douglas picks it. What a nightmarish game he's having now. 6 interceptions that he has thrown.
Absolutely unbelievable, isn't it? Hard to believe we're watching this and have seen it, but it just tells you about the game of football. It giveth and it taketh away.
Yeah, the guys, though, that have thrown 6 interceptions in a game, the likes of Peyton Manning, Brett Favre, I think Joe Namath, he did it 3 times.
Detroit! Detroit!
Now Chavez to throw on 1st and 10. Going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. The Chiefs in good position to start out as they come up 1st and 10. Now they'll run it on the toss. And another mistake here defensively as a flag is down on the tackle, and that's going to tack on 15 more. And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Chavez throwing on 1st down. Eluding the pressure right. He's going to go and give him another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues. I think all teams probably like seeing that schedule for the first time, looking at week 1. Oh, good, we're at home. This is why you want to be home in week 1. They're looking sharp.
And I agree with you totally. That's what you want, but there carries a little extra pressure with that as well, because you and I both know protecting the home field, winning your home games is paramount in this league. So you go into it, yeah, we want it, but now you actually have to go out and prove it.
Yeah, 2 sides to that coin, and looking like they're going to protect it here in this one. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we've got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you've got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah. Will they make up for it?
Green 39! Green 39! Gun! 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 Gun!
Like 59. Hey, me and you all day. All day. I'm coming after you.
Detroit! Detroit!
Check 59. Mike is 59. Mike the 59.
Detroit! Detroit!
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. The number 7 usually lucky here. Not for him. 7 picks he's thrown in this game. That's only happened 6 times since 1960.
And I know that the most recent time it happened, the guy who threw him, he had won a Heisman Trophy in college, so sometimes you just have a lousy game. Doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad career. But when you're talking about 1 game, 7, you're right, not lucky at all.
Yeah, Ty Detmer, the last to do it in 2001, to throw 7 picks. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
Gun! 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 Gun!
Time for a break. We'll come back and wrap up garbage time after this. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. The Chiefs on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Chavez now Off play action. He's got an open man. He completes it to Callaway. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Chiefs first down.
And that's how you throw for a whole heap of yards in a game. You get efforts like that from your receivers. How about him laying out for that catch?
Yeah, excellent. Makes the quarterback look a whole lot better. That one looks like he'll throw here. Flush to his right. And he fires one incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Chavez. That's incomplete. Nearly another pick. My goodness.
Well, an incomplete pass certainly doesn't look like a good play. For the guy throwing it today, as many interceptions he's thrown, he's got to feel a sigh of relief that the ball actually hit the ground and didn't go in the other direction.
Now Chavez on 3rd down. And now here is another interception. Picked off at the 12. And he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line. And that gives him now 3 interceptions in the game.
Well, someone's locked into what they're trying to get done in the passing game. When was the last time we had someone get 3 in a contest?
2011, wasn't it? Kurt Coleman.
Oh, yeah, that's
then
right.
With the Eagles.
That's right. Then with the Eagles, and I believe it's against Washington and Rex Grossman.
That's correct. On 1st and 10, McKinney. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, 2nd down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. McKinney. And my goodness, another interception. Adrian Amos with a pick. Allen, the intended receiver. With that interception, he just set a record that nobody ever wants to set, and that's the most picks ever in an NFL game. 8.
The last time we saw 7, 2001, right?
Yeah.
Ty Detmer. He's with the Lions at that time. To get to 8, are we sure he knows what color jerseys his team's wearing in this one?
I don't know. It has not been good.
Now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. Now he's going to throw. And the defense loses him. It's complete. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. So another score there. Often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
So they are looking strong here in the 4th quarter. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And the Ravens taking the field. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
Detroit!
Looking to throw on 2nd down. McKinney to Barkley on the check down. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here. As the clock stops here with 46 seconds left to play. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Throwing on first down. McKinney. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. Now here's a defensive timeout called by the Chiefs. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. So they had the big loss on that first down pass play and facing a 2nd and long.
Gone, 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 gone.
Back to throw again. He's got his man. It's Andrews. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. And the Chiefs are going to signal for and be granted another timeout. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. The Ravens on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This is 3rd and 4. Again, he'll drop to throw. And this is going to be incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out.
Set. Blue landing.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. He's going to let it fly. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Chiefs will have the football back in excellent field position. Here's Chavez on first down. This is caught inside the 15. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble.
Now I have to admit, partner, that I've often thought that I don't like this rule, where the offensive player fumbles the ball, it goes out of bounds, and they get to keep it.
That's just because you're a defensive guy. That's why you don't like it.
Yeah, you're right. It is a slanted view, isn't it?
But this is where, for the offensive team, the sideline is their friend. Usually it's not their friend.
Yeah, exactly right. I actually played for a guy in college. You know what he used to name the sideline? Sammy. Sammy sideline, and use him well. Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. Looking to throw. Chavez. And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown. I tell you, Charles, you play to the final whistle, I get that, but there are a few folks that might not be too happy with that score late in the game with it already well in hand.
You seem a little squeamish about that last score.
I struggle with it. I struggle. But on the other, the argument, I get it, on the other side is, hey, do something about it. Stop them.
I guarantee you, I know who was really excited. Fantasy owners who had them. Hey, listen, get the points for me. They're not worried about hurt feelings or anything like that. That's just new age stuff.
Butker now to kick this one away. Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the up men. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game. So after it's over, you're going to go to the film, find out where the game was really lost. But this is not a situation now where you're going to make up for anything.
We'll see what they do here.
All right, here we go. Green, 39. Green, 39.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. Over the middle, and it's caught. Keenan Allen. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. And partner, this first week, this first game that we get to call together, so special every year, week one. You had the flyover, the big American flag out there before the game, all the hoopla, just having football back, so special.
It is an opening day, opening game. There's just nothing like it because you really build to a crescendo. But the best part for us is that crescendo lasts for a while. Opening game here, an entire season. We get into the playoffs, to the Super Bowl. I was really excited. I could barely sleep last night. I can't imagine being a player.
So for the Chiefs, it's a fantastic start as they roll to a blowout victory here in the season opener. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for the Ravens, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they will try to get back in the swing of things next week on the road. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.
thicker the pie, thicker the pie, thicker the bag. Meet them a bite, now leasing no beamer, I'm Brian O'Connor, driving it fast. They were just hating cause they in the way, and the way I've been made it. The mad, cause I'm all in my bag. Well, I ain't holding around, just a little Merlin, out the cutie. Now I don't give a. Tell me why I would on the rose bar couch in my bag. Bands in my denim. In my denim, she for a dog, she don't give a. She was in her bag, Fendi and some lane. Asked for a burger, watch in the front seat. That a fouled out J's. Nigga so wild like Nas. When she was on, and Kiss. We was on roll like tires. Where we gon' that? I'm in my bag like I'm in my bag, Mike. I'm really just running for money. I'm love flow, Joe chasing the check. I'm really gonna run up the money. I'm Carl Lewis, really running the best. Car moving through these hoovers, I maneuver with the bag, baby. Never feeling stressed. Car moving through these hoovers, I maneuver with the bag, baby. Never feeling stressed. I'm really just running for money. I'm love flow, Joe chasing the check. I'm really gonna run up the money. I'm Carl Lewis, really running the best. Car moving through these hoovers, I maneuver with the bag, baby. Never feeling stressed. Car moving through these hoovers, I maneuver with the bag, baby. Never feeling stressed. Bigger the bag, bigger the beef, bigger the problem, bigger the be one of the all in the same. Broke at the end of the month, flow Joe, kill mo, run it up, keep clean. Never let them touch, fits like temper tantrums. Girl, come back there, all in the club, and bring all your girlfriends. Girl hopping up about a Pearl 6 Louis speed bag glued to her wrist. She was getting paid, she ain't think a thing, but she was thinking slay. We blade thicker than a snicker bag. Talking about she don't come with no baggage. Y'all in her bag, I probably should. I'm really just running for money. I'm love flow, Joe chasing the check. I'm really gonna run up the money. I'm Carl Lewis, really running the best. Car moving through these hoovers, I maneuver with the bag, baby. Never feeling stressed. Car moving through these hoovers, I maneuver with the bag, baby. Never feeling stressed. I'm really just running for money. I'm love flow, Joe chasing the check. I'm really gonna run up the money. I'm Carl Lewis, really running the best. Car moving through these hoovers, I maneuver with the bag, baby. Never feeling stressed. Car moving through these hoovers, I maneuver with the bag, baby. Never feeling stressed.
In the broccoli, dancing in my chucks, feeling out of body. Say the man got me on. Can you hear me now? 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 All in my system, you're the one I'm kissing. Why might extensions out of look like expeditions on? Man, it's too loud. Hear me in your city, cause when I start spitting too much drive, need some power steering, cruising to a better vision, y'all. Can you hear me now? 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 Mama, dirty the roads that I've traveled, but I'm on my way. Mama,